About 5 or 6 years old, my father bought a radiogram, which in those days was quite expensive and not many people had them. It was in a beautiful walnut case with a turntable on the top and radio underneath. And my father used to buy a record, that's what we called them then, the old 78s, used to buy one every week. I used to listen to the songs of the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. Songs like Let Me Call You Sweetheart, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, well, and my father had one, and on one side it was Goodbye Old Ship of Mine. On the reverse side it was Good Night Little Girl of My Dreams.
Yeah. Well, when you were growing up in Portsmouth during the war, were there any particular songs from the war years that?
Oh yes. One, I'll Be Seeing You, was very, very popular. I'll Be Seeing You. And I think it was Vera Lynn. And another one was Yours. That was Vera Lynn. And Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree. I think that was the Andrews Sisters.
It was.
Yes. And there were a lot. Oh, Lily Marlene. That was very, very popular. Lily Marlene. Yeah, that was very popular. And I still love it now. And many others, you know, I can't. Tangerine. When I first started going to grown-up dances, of course I used to dance from when I was knee-high to a cricket when I was 5 years old. But when I started going to ballroom dancing, and it was at the old British Legion hut in Emsworth, and there was a very popular song at the time called Tangerine. Have you heard of it? Yeah, Tangerine. And yeah, I just, you know, right off trying to think of, but there were many, many songs I liked during the war.
So let's go on to the years after the war. You were go down to the Savoy, I remember.
Oh, every Friday night they had a radio dance band, always a radio dance band. It was all through the week, it was the resident band, but Friday nights the dance was, they had it extended till 1 o'clock in the morning. We used to have to get a special bus pass to come home, and then it was always a radio band. And I used to go with my friend Pam.
Do you remember any names of musicians?
Favourite singers?
Musicians.
Favourite band or favourite singer?
Well, I know I met your father, and it was Ivy Benson, girls' band. Ivy Benson, the night I met your father. But,
the Ivy Benson all-girl orchestra.
Yes, it was. And it was good as well. It was very good. Yes, I think Geraldo.
Nat Ganella?
Oh yes, Nat Ganella, because he was local. He just lived across the water in Gosport. Yeah, Nat Ganella, yeah.
And I think he once told me that when I took you to see Humphrey Lyttelton, you'd seen
yes, there, that's right, Humphrey Lyttelton, yes, I'd seen him before. Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's the music of your youth. What do you think about popular music today, which you hear on Radio 1 today?
Rubbish. One word, rubbish. There's no, you can't sing to it, you can't dance to it. There's nothing you can do with it except put your earplugs in or switch it off.
Okay. So, when today you listen to music, what sort of music do you like to listen to today?
I prefer 20s, 30s and 40s. 20s, the 50s was okay, yeah, the 50s was okay. That was quite nice, quite a lot of nice ones in the 50s. And some of the early 60s were quite nice, but after that, no, there was nothing I liked after that. And I certainly, from the 70s onwards, it's just been, well, I just don't listen to it. That shows my age, doesn't it? It shows my age.
Okay, I think
But the
Absolutely.
one record, and it was, I can't remember whether it was a 78 or whether it might have been, what were the others, the 45s? And I've never been able to find it. You've not been able to find it. And that is, and my father bought it especially for me, and it was about a dog, and it was called Tiddlywinks Has Eaten All the Flowers in the Garden. And on the reverse side it was Little Man, You've Had a Busy Day. I've never been able to find it, and nobody else has ever heard of it, but I definitely had that recording.
Evening breeze is sighing, moon is in the sky. Little man, it's time for bed. Daddy's little hero is tired and wants to cry. Now